Welcome to Hero Films, thank you for always watching and supporting the channel. Who will win in the battle between Adam Warlock and Shazam, the confrontation of two supernatural entities? Adam Warlock, an artificial entity created to become a perfect human, possesses superhuman physical strength, the ability to fly, super speed, control cosmic energy, and especially the ability to regenerate through a living cocoon. When possessing the Soul Gem, Warlock can absorb souls, see the true nature of life, and travel through dimensions. His superior intelligence, deep spirituality, and prophetic ability make him an Shazam is the incarnation of Billy Batson. When the boy says Shazam, which is an acronym for the gods Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury. Thanks to that, Shazam has the strength of Hercules, the wisdom of Solomon, the speed of Mercury, and the ability to control thunder of Zeus. This combination creates a superhero with superior physical strength, speed, and magic, not inferior to anyone in the DC universe. Before we dive into the analysis, please click the subscribe button, please remember to turn on notifications, and click on the bell icon. Thank you very much. Adam Warlock is one of the most powerful and unique entities in the Marvel Universe. His existence began with the bold ambition of a group of scientists calling themselves the Enclave, who believed that humanity was on the brink of self-destruction. They sought to create a perfect being, superior both physically and mentally, who could lead a new race to bring order to the world. One of the key figures who contributed to shaping Warlock was Herbert Wyndham, also known as the High Evolutionary, the legendary geneticist, and also the first person to enhance the powers of Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, and Pietro Maximoff Quicksilver. Recognizing the extraordinary potential of this creature, Wyndham named him Warlock and gave him the Soul Gem, one of the 6 Infinity Stones, to help stabilize and unlock the full potential of his power. Adam Warlock also possesses the ability to manipulate souls and resist cosmic forces. Thanos, one of the most powerful and dangerous villains in Marvel, once admitted that Warlock was the most formidable opponent he had ever faced. Now on to topic number 1. Warlock is the embodiment of a cosmic being with immense power. His ability to control and manipulate energy reaches extraordinary levels. Not only can he absorb energy attacks from powerful entities like Doctor Strange or even Galactus, but Warlock can also convert them into energy to nourish himself, increasing his strength and durability in real. Warlock can catch or blow away bullets in midair, dodge high-speed attacks from mutants like Storm, or even dodge the furious blows of Thor, a god of thunder with power comparable to cosmic forces. In some cases, his speed of movement and actions makes him almost invisible to skilled warriors like Drax the Destroyer. Adam Warlock can fly faster than the speed of light, and in some versions he also possesses the ability to teleport, allowing him to reach a target or retreat from a dangerous situation in the blink of an eye. In particular, he is not affected by physical fatigue, a huge advantage in prolonged battles on a cosmic scale. He has taken full-on blows from Thor, Thanos, Silver Surfer, or Hulk and smiled. He is not as strong as them, slightly stronger than the likes of Spider-Man, but can increase his strength much higher by consuming energy, enough so that he can physically contend with the greatest powers in Marvel. If injured, he heals very quickly. If injured enough, he will fall into a deep sleep and rebirth stronger. He can manipulate all matter and energy to a great extent, even once actually turning Thanos into a granite statue, which only the entity Death could reverse. He can project energy blasts of all kinds, including mystical magic which even the Sorcerer Supreme would be proud of. He can slow, stop, and reverse time with great effort. He can manipulate the timeline, can overlap them, and change the future with just a thought. However, this requires a lot of energy to absorb. He has telepathic, clairvoyant, empathic abilities and can resist them. He can resist the effects of the Infinity Stones, even the reality warping powers of the Reality Gem, or the time manipulation of the Time Gem. He is bonded with the Soul Gem more than any other being ever. He can call upon its power even when he does not possess it, and can counter others who use it against him. His senses are nearly Silver Surfer level, being able to sense disturbances across the universe. He can track teleported beings, detecting their destination. He has mystical senses that are actually superior to Stephen Strange's. Adam Warlock is an entity in Marvel's cosmic hierarchy. He is comparable to beings like Odin in terms of power. He is certainly on par with Thanos, Thor, Nova Prime, the Greater Heralds of Galactus, etc. Also, interesting fact, an alternate reality version of Adam Warlock took on the title and powers of the Living Tribunal when the former was killed by the Beyonders. He may be the third most powerful entity in all realities. Billy Batson is chosen as the champion by a legendary and powerful wizard known as the Wizard. In search of a worthy successor to the ancient magic, the wizard bestows upon Billy a form of divine energy called living lightning, a magical power created by himself. When Billy shouts the magic word Shazam, he instantly transforms into Captain, an idealized adult version of himself, representing his most powerful, wisest, and purest self. Captain is not only the adult image of Billy, but also the embodiment of the powers bestowed upon him by 6 legendary gods and heroes from ancient mythology. Each letter in the word Shazam represents a superhuman quality that Captain possesses. Wisdom of Solomon gives him quick reasoning, a superior memory, and vast knowledge. Strength of Hercules gives Captain the ability to lift giant objects, defeat terrible creatures with his bare hands. Atlas's Endurance allows him to endure intense attacks without weakening, without needing to rest. Zeus's Power grants him the ability to summon and control lightning, as well as the divine power to communicate with metaphysical dimensions. Achilles' Courage grants him a tenacious fighting spirit, tactical ability, and immunity to fear. Mercury's Speed grants Captain Marvel superhuman movement and reflexes, enough to surpass both sound and light. Billy Batson, under the identity of Shazam, possesses a level of power that can profoundly affect the magical world. One of the core elements that helps Billy maintain and expand his power is the Rock of Eternity, a mystical space located at the intersection of realities in the DC multiverse. Billy has the ability to not only access the Rock of Eternity, but also to teleport and change its location in the multiverse at will. This is an extremely rare and cosmic ability. Billy does not need to return to human form to summon living lightning, the supernatural lightning that is at the core of Shazam's power. This ability implies that Billy can control the timing of the transformation between the two, flexibly manipulating magical power without having to undergo the transformation. Living lightning can be redirected or affected by conductive objects, suggesting that it is not completely immune to certain physical laws, despite being magical in nature. Shazam blocks, then breaks Yugacon's sword. He then proceeds to KO Yugacon. For those who don't know, Yugacon is the father and predecessor of Darkseid. He is the first god of evil, the embodiment of the concept of suffering. He wields what is believed to be the precursor to the Omega effect, the Torment Sanction. At least in the previous timeline, Darkseid was extremely afraid of him, if that doesn't tell you how much of a badass he is. Shazam initially outclassed, then defeated Superboy Prime with a living lightning combo and simultaneous punches from both him and Black Adam. For those who don't know, Earth Prime Superboy Prime is considered one of the most powerful supermen ever known, whose reality-shattering punches can shatter barriers between dimensional planes. He's like Black Adam. He doesn't show any notable feats of strength or anything out of the ordinary, but he's still the champion of magicians and is still a pretty powerful being to go up against. He has the power of Zeus. He can throw some nice lightning bolts that can stun a magical dragon. Shazam is a Skyfather level entity along with Odin, Zeus, and the aforementioned Guardians of the Universe, and is one of the most powerful magic using entities in the entire DCU, with a wide range of magical or mystically enhanced skills, abilities, and powers, not to mention incredible magical items, relics, and artifacts at his command. Shazam could definitely defeat Superman. In fact, it's been suggested that Shazam is one of the few beings Superman wouldn't want to face. Physically, Superman and Shazam are on par. Superman has been absorbing solar energy for decades and has gotten stronger over time, while Shazam possesses the power of 6 Olympian gods. It can be said that Shazam is as versatile as the Man of Steel because his powers are derived from the gods of Mount Olympus. Shazam is basically the superhero version of the main character in the movie Big, so Superman doesn't actually need to confront Shazam directly. He just needs to think harder than Shazam. This is quite easy. Superman's mind is extremely powerful. Even Martian Manhunter struggles to see inside Clark's head. His brain is also equivalent to a supercomputer. Shazam's reflexes are enhanced to superhuman levels. He can even react to people like Superman in battle. Shazam's agility, balance, and coordination are enhanced to superhuman levels. This allows him to easily perform sharp turns and maneuvers while flying and move at superhuman speeds. Subscribe to the channel, it helps us a lot, and moreover, you will see great videos every day. You are the best. Thank you very much. The intersection of realities, where the boundaries between the Marvel and DC universes are temporarily blurred due to an unprecedented cosmic event, a legendary artifact called the Convergence Core appears. This object not only has the ability to stabilize 2 collapsing universes, but also holds the key to reshaping the entire structure of the multiverse. However, its power can only be activated by the one who represents the balance of power. Adam Warlock, the guardian of the soul, the symbol of cosmic order and spiritual balance, and Shazam, the embodiment of divine power and the combined strength of 6 ancient gods. The battle between them is a collision of the essence of the universe. Adam Warlock deploys soul energy, using his ability to manipulate emotions to disturb Shazam's inner self, a deeply tactical strike aimed at breaking his opponent's will and focus. However, Shazam does not flinch. With lightning speed beyond normal perception, he counterattacked with a strike of super physical power, causing the ground beneath his feet to crack and the surrounding space to shake, as if witnessing the wrath of the ancient gods. Adam Warlock appeared in the middle of the battlefield with a calm, cold, almost prophetic demeanor, as if everything had been within his expectation. Without using his power brute force, Warlock skillfully transformed the entire battlefield into a metaphysical dimension called Soul Realm, a spiritual space that he had complete control over. Here, he sought to separate Shazam's soul from his body, weakening the connection between Billy Batson's mortal body and Shazam's divine entity. But Shazam was not easily defeated. In a moment of extreme tension, he shouted the legendary keyword, Shazam! Summoning a divine lightning bolt with explosive power that broke the structure of the spiritual space that Warlock had built. It was an emotional and unexpected turn of events, and one that transcended both physical and magical limits. Undeterred, Adam Warlock turned to one of his signature techniques, the quantum cocoon, a regenerative state that restored his body, mind, and energy to a higher, almost invulnerable state of being. In response, Shazam did not rely on conventional power alone. He summoned the full power of the 6 gods, Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury at the same time, creating an unprecedented divine lightning storm. Heaven and earth shook, space was torn apart by lightning bolts of primordial divine energy. Between Adam Warlock and Shazam reached the climax with cosmic level attacks, each side unleashing ultimate techniques. Both displayed unimaginable power. When the fury of the battle gradually subsided, the final winner was determined to be Adam Warlock. Strategic intelligence, the ability to control the situation, and absolute composure. Warlock not only predicted his opponent's moves, but also controlled the pace of the battle according to his will. He always maintained an almost supernatural alertness, reading Shazam's emotions, reactions, and choices to gradually gain the upper hand. A hero who understands that the greatest victory is sometimes not having to strike another blow. I hope you enjoy this fight. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Follow me if you like. That's it for today's video. Thanks a lot.